welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, Season number 3, Championship 4 Cutoff race in Bristol. Tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway, we are here in the Xfinity Series for race number 19 of the season. It's just time to officially decide your Championship 4. As we welcome you live into Bristol. During a practice. As you can see, it's Bristol, so practice gets a little bit chaotic around the last great Coliseum. So this used to be hosted in the middle of the regular season in season number 2. Now it replaces Martinsville as the championship cutoff race, so 2 half-mile short tracks for a replacement. Now we get the banked oval, Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Braden Hunsaker goes down into the turns. Definitely see it's a bit loose on the outside, so drivers will have to be careful of that. We might see some changing track conditions because this race will be run in the nighttime. Oh my gosh, there's a horrific crash down here. So let's take a look at your playoff grid entering tonight at Bristol. So on wins, Cameron Chandler and Connor Aswell, winners of the last 2 races, are locked into the championship 4. Then you got Cole Wilson. He is currently pretty decently. It's technically not locked in. Then Andrew Stacy plus 10 on Landon Johnson. And then John Wynn minus 20 to the cut line as well. So it could be a pretty decent battle for that final spot. Andrew Stacy has to have a good day tonight. And Johnson and John Wynn both have to really perform if they want to try to have a chance at the Final 4. One more shot at it in Bristol to try to make the championship 4 in the Xfinity Series here in Season 3. So, of course, as always, your playoff drivers will be identified by the P next to their names and the playoff banners on their cars. Oh, man. So it has been a while since we were last in the Xfinity Series here at Bristol. Oh, this is going to crash. Tomlin hits, not Matthew White, that's 12 Cole Wilson. So it's the second to last NASCAR iRacing FedEx League week of season number 3. We got Bristol left this week, and then we have an off week next week to prepare for the championship week at Kansas. See, these cars are definitely very, very loose. As now, Braden Hunsaker is going to get absolutely pounded. All right, so we got Cole Wilson up here as an in-race reporter. So, Cole, you're currently 3rd on the board. We do see cars getting pretty sideways, so your teammate Trent Wilkin is fastest. What does it feel like on the racetrack right now? Okay. 10 minutes to go now. Oh, terrible wreck up here. And then after this, we'll have single car qualifying, 2 laps to do it, as always, you know the drill. So it all comes down to this for the Final 4. Landon Johnson's going to have to try to pick up a bit. He's currently 18th on the board. Definitely wants to do a little better than that. Ooh. So it is just pretty much absolutely chaos throughout the pack currently. So we have a couple of drivers in their debuts tonight. First of all, currently fourth doing a nice job is Ryan Honeycutt in the 51, that Ford Mustang. And currently in between Cole Wilson and Bryce Benton. Oh, as we got another terrible crash down here. Here comes Casey Pfeiffer in the 77 on track now. So, of course, the second to last race of the Xfinity Series season for season number 3. 125 laps here tonight at Bristol. Halfway break at the end of lap number 65. Or, I'm sorry, 62. So stage points could be crucial. You never know. One of these pole points could be extremely crucial as well. Update on where your playoff drivers are on the board. Cole Wilson, highest playoff driver, currently 3rd. Then you got to go all the way back to 8th for Cameron Chandler. Andrew Stacy, P9. Connor Aswell, P14. And Landon Johnson, currently P19. And John Wynn gets to make the lap. Asbell and, of course, Chandler, they're still both locked into the final 4 for Kansas. Cameron Chandler's going to be the driver locked in the longest here in the Xfinity Series. He locked himself in with a win in the first race of the round of 8 at Chicagoland. So technically he'll be locked in for an entire month because of the off week. As we see the 6 spinning. This is 12 of Cole Wilson. And there's the 99 of Payson Lindsay. All right, so about 6 minutes left here in practice. CJ Erdman had 2 poles and then a front row start, I should say, in the Cup Series at Talladega last week, and then the other 2 poles were Xfinity and trucks. So, you had an insane week of qualifying last week with those 3 races. And we'll see what he's able to do tonight. Currently P12 on the board. Ripping some laps around the outside. Good luck for Roger and Koch. He's up to P9. And Eli Tomlin gonna almost spin. Bryce Benton currently P5 on the board. Still top of the board is Trenton Wilkin. So it's Bristol. It's a very, very fast half-mile oval. Things happen fast at Bristol Motor Speedway. And we'll be under the lights shortly for the race. Ooh, in the wall goes Suarez. He spins down to the inside and nearly going to hit the pit barrels. Suarez currently 15th on the timing sheets. Here comes Trenton Wilkin back on the track to maybe improve a bit more. It's definitely hard to get a qualifying sim lap when there's 25 other cars on the racetrack at the same time as you, but we'll see what some of these drivers can do. Oh, hard on the wall goes Honeycutt, and he gets slammed by Wilkin. So top 8 all separated by less than a tenth of a second, so it's definitely going to be a close battle for the win tonight. Here's Benton down into 1 and 2. Yeah, so Bristol, of course, unleashes the possibility to have a very, very chaotic race. Martinsville and Bristol usually have the most amount of cautions consistently. And we'll see if that changes here tonight or if we get the same thing. Oh. Benton has a crash here on the back straightaway. You got 31 in the wall. All right. Three minutes and 58 seconds to go here in practice for the Xfinity Series. So it's been a great Xfinity Series season so far. We're going to have to decide two more spots up for grabs here in the Xfinity Series. Only one more spot up for grabs in the Cup Series. Total of 3 championship 4 spots to be decided this week. Of course, Cole Wilson, remember back to last week in Talladega, was inches away from winning and locking himself into the Final Four, but he's going to have to wait one more week to try to do that here tonight in Bristol. He was in a photo finish with Connor Aswell, was leading him through the trial. Aswell just got such a huge run, and he was able to get around Wilson and pass him for the race victory. Thrilling photo finish at Talladega. Ooh, Lindsay ahead of Wilson. Honeycutt goes the second. Good lap for him. Yes, these cars definitely aren't the most stable things of all time. So drivers will have to be careful about that tonight. Close quarters action here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. 2 minutes to go in practice. So you can see there's the 8 of Cameron Chandler. He's had a pretty fun last 2 weeks because of last week at Talladega and then Bristol tonight, because he is locked into the Final Four and can focus his efforts next week, or I'm sorry, in 2 weeks at Kansas. He's had a great season, most wins on the year by anyone. Jerry goes to the P2, good lap for him. Still Trenton Wilkin fastest with a minute to go. So qualifying coming up in about 30 seconds time. Honeycutt fastest. Great lap at the end by him. 51 goes top of the board just the last second and takes Trenton Wilkin off the front row. So that could be a very good qualifying sim lap by him. So we'll see how it all plays out when drivers are by themselves. Honeycutt goes top of the board at the last second. Third to first. All right. So that'll do it for Xfinity Series practice at Bristol. Qualifying coming up next. time to set the starting lineup. As we welcome you live to Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. Cars are on track here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Alright. So you, of course, got 2 laps to do as always. First lap could be a fast lap. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, as Andrew Stacy goes around, one of your playoff drivers. 94 of Erdman. Here's Casey Pfeiffer. Top of the board so far. Erdman looking for 2 poles in a row after winning the pole last week. Wilkin now goes fastest. Pfeiffer is 3rd. White's 4th. Comes the 28 of White to the line. Gets a bit of a bobble. He improves. He's only 4th. Suarez is 5th on that first lap. Here comes Chandler. Ooh, Tomlin's going to go hard on the wall. Stacy goes 3rd. So Tomlin might have one more attempt at it. There's Lindsay. Here comes Honeycutt, who went top of the board in practice just the last second. Oh, but he's going to go around. And into the wall he goes on his warm-up lap. Wilkins so far on provisional pole. Here comes Cherry. Could be another favorite for the pole tonight. Chandler is 2nd. Cherry across the line. He's going to go P7. Here's Cole Wilson. So it definitely looks like drivers are waiting till a little bit later in the run to go. Honeycutt to the line he goes to start his lap. Here's Chandler. Down the back straightaway, Cherry is 4th. Chandler currently 2nd. Lindsay is 3rd. Across the line for Cameron Chandler. He will stay P2. Honeycutt is P7 on his first lap. He's loose down into 1 and 2 as he heads down the back straightaway. Cole Wilson is P10 on that opening lap. So it definitely seems like most drivers do improve on that second lap. Honeycutt P7 currently. He will stay 7th. Wilson goes to P7. He's done qualifying. Here's Eli Tomlin. Down in the back stretch she goes. Benton is 3rd, or 4th. Spinner, Ren goes 51. Benton stays 4th. Chandler is done quali. Cole Wilson is as well. Here comes Jacob Carter rolling off in the 66. And to the line he goes. Currently P12. Stevenson across the line. He will go 10th. He is P7 on his fast lap. Alright, so here's Coke in the 27. Of course, yet to be on track. All right, as we just about finish up qualifying here tonight from the Bristol Motor Speedway for race 19 of the Xfinity Series season. as we get ready to go here tonight. All right. Trenton Wilkin wins the pole. He'll have Cameron Chandler to his outside. And we welcome you live to Bristol Motor Speedway. Here tonight, 125 laps to decide the rest of the Xfinity Series Final Four. So first of all, let's look at your playoff standings entering tonight at Bristol. Final race of the round of 8, or round of 6, I should say. As we see Wilson, Andrew Stacy currently above the cut line. Chandler has locked in with wins the last 2 weeks. And you can see the cut line battles as well. As we welcome you live to Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. Could be a chaotic one here tonight. Relatively short race. I know 125 laps doesn't sound too short, but around Bristol, that can click down in an instant. We have a halfway break at the end of lap 62. And the usual stuff. All right. Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Here we go. So, of course, Chandler is going to be starting the outside of Trenton Wilkin, who's on the pole. Row number 2 consists of Pace and Lindsay, a great starting spot in third, and then you got the 9 of Benson. You got drivers going to the rear, so this will mess up some of the order. Take a look at the rest of the starting grid on the left side of your screen. All right. So, of course, it's Bristol Motor Speedway here tonight for the Xfinity Series in season number 3. We will go 1 to green, this time by from Bristol. ...125 laps, 66 miles, halfway break at the end of number 62. 2 championship 4 spots still up for grabs here tonight. 2 drivers locked in, Cameron Chandler and Connor Asbell. And a Toyota and a Chevrolet leading the field to the green flag. To the most winning drivers in the Xfinity Series, Trenton Wilkin and Cameron Chandler on the front row. Pace car comes down pit road. The final race in the round of 6 is underway in green from Bristol. Side by side down the front straightaway, it is Chandler at the line, I believe, over Wilkin for the lead of the first lap. Chandler on the outside, Wilkin on the inside, door to door they head as they head down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4, still side by side. Oh, spinner in the back, the 76 is going to go around. He's going to hit the wall. We're not going to throw the caution. Let me see. He's better. Yeah, he's going to get going here, so we will stay green. Here for Bristol. Chandler with the lead currently. He's got Wilkin on his bumper. Benton currently 3rd. Back there, Honeycutt up to 4th already. You got Matthew White in P5. Pace and Lindsay's dropped a couple of spots as Chandler continues to lead. Almost side by side here between Lindsay and the 14. Here's Honeycutt looking to the inside of Benton. Bit of a bobble there by the 51 and the 9 in the wall slightly. Landon Johnson off the pace up here in the 88. Not what he needed. Trying to make the final 4. He entered -10 to Andrew Stacy, who currently runs 14th. So he could capitalize on that if he can improve. He's got a side-by-side battle back there. And now they're door-to-door between Stevenson and White. Looks like White's going to prevail and currently held on the P5. Back to the inside is Honeycutt on Benson. Oh, Honeycutt loose in the 51. He slides. He'll save it. But a big bobble there by that 51 Ford Mustang. And looking for the inside, maybe for the lead, is Trenton Wilkin, but now he has to check up a bit, and he's got Benson on his bumper. Things happen quick here at Bristol's. We're already on lap 9. Into 1 and 2 they go. The 9 currently running in third. Got a spinner on pit road. It is Eli Tomlin. He's out of the way, so obviously we're going to keep green. He really should reset, and now he will. And to the inside is Wilkin. On Chandler. Side by side for the lead. And Chandler will prevail currently. Some mess back here continuing. Connor Aswell kind of fell off the grid, and you can see more cars back here. Didn't have the greatest or fastest of starts, as now to the outside is Chandler, and Rojan Koku is really, really slow in the 27. He checks up the 8-11 of Wilkin, and now the 9 of Benson to his inside, and Honeycutt on the 51 on the outside. Rojan Koku way off the pace here early on. Lap 14 from the Bristol Motor Speedway. And all green so far. Ooh, Wilkin has a bit of a bobble there for a second. Stacy definitely struggling as Urban goes to his inside. They're both ahead of the leaders right now, and there is a lot of cars already going 1 lap down. Oh! Wilkin in the 50, or I'm sorry, the 11. It's completely sideways. He will save it and keep his machine going in the right direction somehow. Chandler's already lapping up to Andrew Stacy, who's way off the pace for whatever reason. And Johnson is officially retired from this race. That is huge for Landon Johnson. He's probably out of shot out of the final 4.
Hey, Trendler.
What?
Is it possible to make me official? Cause I can't join this session, but I can watch.
No, I can't do that unless you don't join.
All right.
It doesn't let me. Oh, and a spinner. Asbell goes around. He will get this machine going in the right direction again. We'll stay green. And Richard Cherry is really falling off the end of the grid. He's trying to stay on the lead lap as we see Urban in the 94 back up to the outside. I mean, Ashton, if you want to like watch for crashes and then... Oh, we got a spinner. Pfeiffer in the middle of the track. He is completely sideways, but he's out of the way again. Obviously, if we threw cautions for one car spins out of the way, we would be here all night. And this race wouldn't end. All right, so update up front is it's kind of all calmed down, a single file at the front of the fields. You got Stevenson currently running here, and then you got a battle here between Payson Lindsay and Rojan Koch. That's for, I believe actually they're 1 lap down. On pit road right now currently. Got Tomlin and Urban pitting. Run lap 25 at the Bristol Motor Speedway. All green so far. Matthew White on the bumper of Trent Wilkin. That is the battle for 4th. Wilkin has been falling off as of late. And then you got Bryce Benton in traffic here between Suarez and your leader, Cameron Chandler. Suarez will go 1 lap down currently. Or, sorry, 2 laps down. Honeycutt catching up to the bumper at the 31. And here is Matthew White still putting pressure on the bumper. The 11 is to make contact between Suarez and Honeycutt side by side. Honeycutt currently running in P3, passing the lap car of Suarez. Cole Wilson has been very, very off the pace as of lately. He's side by side with the 76. And he's almost being put one lap down. Door to door down this back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Ooh, the 76. Madigan up to the outside. Chandler looking who's inside. Madigan currently one lap down. Richard Cherry looking like he's way off the pace for some reason. And not really sure what's going on with 39, but he is very, very slow. And he's looking like he's back off the pace for some reason. Let the leader go and got himself lapped. Top 8 are definitely all on pace with each other by about 7 seconds. Then you got the rest of the field that is not really on pace at all. On lap 34 from the Bristol Motor Speedway. I told you things happen so quick at Bristol. Is already we got a side-by-side battle here for third. Matthew White's going to take over the spot over Ryan Honeycutt. Honeycutt currently running fourth back to the inside. Going to have to give that. Oh, we got a crash in the front straightaway. The 76 goes around. He will save it. As they come back up into each other, the caution will come out anyways. Cole Wilson was involved, and let's take a look at what happened to bring out the first yellow flag of the night. So, oh yeah, Wilson just steps on the brakes for whatever reason, then he turns the 76 Magnar, and somehow he saved it, but they were ahead of more leaders, so the caution came out. To ride along with Cole Wilson through this one, and on the Honeycutt we're riding along with. Honeycutt and Matthew White just avoid the accident. Caution is out. We got leaders pitting. So I would assume we would see some drivers try to take the wave around here. Stay out and get back on the lead lap. If I was a driver that wasn't lapped down, I'd try to do that and then bet on a caution coming out. So you still have the halfway break guaranteed. Got 3 sets of tires sitting on pit road here tonight. First yellow flag out on lap 37. Already 37 laps in. CJ Erdman off pit road first, but it's going to be actually on position Bryce Benton. Side by side for second, it's going to be Chandler and White. Chandler gets it. Fourth is going to be Honeycutt. Fifth is going to be Wilkins. Sixth, Stevenson. Seventh, Lindsay, and everybody else sliding off pit road. So here are some cars I would expect to maybe take the wave arounds. We'll see. Cole Wilson was involved in the crash, but he may have the free pass. See how all the scoring gets worked out. But the first caution of the night is out here at Bristol on lap 38. All right. Yeah, so crazy how we're already 38 laps into this race. Lapse times are very, very short at Bristol, just about 15 seconds for most times. So Asbell, Pfeiffer, and I think they all stay. They're going to get the wave arounds. Roger and Koch is pitting. All right, so Asbell's back on the lead lap. Same thing with Cole Wilson. Stacy, Pfeiffer, they're both 1 lap down. Suarez is 2 down. Magan is 2 down. Koch is 2 down. Erdman is 13 down. Johnson out of the race. We'll be back underway here on lap number 40. Only 21 to go till the halfway break here in Bristol. That can go in an instant. So I told you, it doesn't look like a short race on paper, the lap count, but it definitely is around here at Bristol. Cameron Chandler and Matthew White back on the front row, back to green. On lap 40, side by side for the lead down into 1 and 2. White on the outside, Chandler on the inside as they head down this back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Good lunge around the top for the 28 of Matthew White. He is going to clear Cameron Chandler. And Benton had a penalty, I believe. He had to start in the back, because now White on the outside will clear him. Chandler to second. He's got the 51 of Honeycutt on his bumper and down to the inside. Caution is out here in Bristol. Oh, and there's a big wreck here on the racetrack. Let's take a look at what happens. Multiple cars involved. So, looks like it all started back here. Oh, Benton was the first one to run around, and then they just pile it up. He got Cole Wilson involved. The 76 Magnum gets big damage. Andrew Stacey, CJ Urban, Rojan Koch. More drivers involved. We also saw the 39. Oh my gosh, Richard Cherry. What was going on with him and Cole Wilson? That was not the greatest of moments. It's right along. Well, let's take a look at another way Bryce Benton got around. Oh yeah, just loses it all by himself in front of the field, and nowhere for Cole Wilson to go. Andrew Stacey absolutely clobbers him, and they just pile it up here on the back straightaway with multiple drivers involved. And then they can see, I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know why Cole Wilson started the backup, and then Cherry just nowhere to go. Absolutely destroys him. It's right along with an eye to Benton. See what he saw. Looks like he mostly lost it by himself. Yeah, maybe got a little bit of air loose, and then, ooh, nothing anyone else could have done. They just pile it up here on the back straightaway with multiple cars involved. And then you can see them all sliding down to the inside is Cole Wilson. He backs up, and oh, not really sure what happened there with Cherry and him. Now we got lots of cars on pit road. And lots of them have damage. So White will lead currently here for the second caution on lap 44. There's Connor Aswell off pit road. So it's the big one on the back straightaway at Bristol. Some reason, somehow, I mean, Cherry doesn't have much damage. Really honestly shocked at that. Cole Wilson, this is not what he wanted to see. He's on here multiple laps down, I think, at this point. Same thing with Benton. Yeah, just unfortunate at the front of the field. So we're 1 to go until we restart. We'll be back underway here shortly. Everything, including the caution flags, don't take a long time here at Bristol. Alright, so still in pit road, you can see these multiple cars where they're going to have to try to roll off here if they want to have any chance at competing later in the race. Benton is retired. Back underway here on lap 46. Great start for Matthew White. He is off and away. Oh, White in the wall slightly. As they head down the front straightaway yet again. First halfway break at the end of lap number 62. Here comes Ryan Honeycutt, but he gets loose, and he'll have Chandler on his bumper. Chandler goes back to the outside. Oh, and Honeycutt's way up the racetrack. He'll lose a spot to Cameron Chandler. Now Wilkin on his bumper. Pressuring the 51. Suarez has pitted. Ace and Lindsay having a good run, currently in 5th. Needs the experience and needs the speed tomorrow night for the Cup Series especially, where he nearly is in a must-win situation to try to advance to the Final Four. He's looking to the inside of Wilkin on the 11. Ace and Lindsay has won a Cup Series win this season in Daytona for the regular season finale, as now the 51 of Honeycutt slides around a bit, and he got Cameron Chandler working on the bumper of Matthew White for the lead. 12 to go till the halfway break. Looking to the inside, here comes Honeycutt in the 51 as well. Honeycutt in the wall almost. Really trying to find some speed up there. 10 to go. Ooh, Chandler had a bit of a moment. He could have momentum down this back straightaway. Stevenson, not really sure what he is doing. He's completely slow in the middle of the track. And he's going to affect the leaders. We're going to go 3 wide under the lap car. And that'll allow Honeycutt to go to second. All things considered, kind of worked out for Matthew White. So now Stevenson and Chandler both try to catch up to the back number of 28. There's Wilkin in the 11. And Honeycutt heading down this back straightaway. Oh, and the wall once again goes to 51. He'll lose some momentum as he tries to chase down Matthew White for the lead. White currently with about a half-second lead over Honeycutt. Back to 5 to go to the halfway break. And looking to the inside there is Chandler giving up the spot to Trenton Wilkin for third. Of course, Chandler locked into the Final Four, does not need any points. Maybe thinking kind of the long game and doesn't want to battle with the 11. Three to go till the halfway break for White. Back to the outside, battle for second now heating up. Wilkin definitely looks like he has the pace kind of here in the long run. Oh, but he's loose and he's going around! Wilkin spins down the back straightaway all by himself. He'll get it back going. Matthew White's going to come to the green and white checker flag to win the stage, so that will be the yellow. iRacing actually wants to work. Here it is. Caution is out for the halfway break in Bristol. So Wilkin went around there. He'll be able to stay on the lead lap, but that was very interesting by the one of Trenton Wilkin. All right, caution's out here tonight for the third time. Now it's the halfway break. And cars are pitting. All right. Halfway break pit stops here already. I told you, everything happened so quickly here at Bristol. Matthew White looks like he has a good stop. He's trying to be off pit road first. And he will. Second's going to be Honeycutt. Third is going to be a battle between Chandler and Lindsay. Chandler gets it. Fourth, Lindsay. Fifth, going to be Asbel with a good recovery. Sixth will be Wilkins. Seventh, going to be Carter. I'm interested to see if we'll have any more wave rounds. So, under the halfway break here tonight. Only about 60 laps to go already. And under green, that can go in an instant. That could literally be done in 15 minutes if this race stayed green. So we'll have to see what happens, though. All right. So it's 1 to go till we restart, so we'll be back underway here on lap 67. So it's going to be Matthew White, Ryan Honeycutt on the front row. So Pfeiffer and Stacy, I believe, both stay out. More drivers are hoping for more caution from Stevenson. I believe he may be lapped down. Yes, he is. So it's been a very interesting night of short track racing so far at Bristol. Pace car back down pit road. Oh, contact for the, and that's Chandler, the bumper White as we go back underway. Chandler now has front end damage. Very weird bit of a stack up. Is now Honeycutt to the inside of White. White had a big lunge around the outside, but now White has back. Oh, and he's going around sideways for Matthew White. He somehow is going to save it, and everybody avoids him as Ryan Honeycutt's going to take the lead. A huge slide by Matthew White. Here comes Chandler. Back to the outside. That was a very weird moment by Matthew White's machine. Chandler pressuring the 51 of Honeycutt. He's looking to the inside. Down to the back stretch they go into 3 and 4. And down the front straightaway yet again. 55 laps to go here at Bristol. We got a battle for the lead between Cameron Chandler and Ryan Honeycutt. Honeycutt was able to take the lead after Matthew White, who currently now trying to battle here with the 27 Rojan Coke, went completely sideways from the lead. Here's Wilkin all over the back bumper of Pace, and Lindsay gets him loose, and up the racetrack he goes. To the inside now is Wilkin. He gets the third. Looking to rebound from his spin at the end of the halfway break. Connor Aswell up to P5. Your winner in Talladega last week. Locked into the final 4. Of course. Looking to the inside of Lindsay here, but he's sideways on the inside. He'll be able to save it, but Jacob Carter, who's having a very solid run, currently 6th, maybe even 5th side by side with the 72 of Connor Asbell. And Asbell's going to give that spot up for the lead. The lap traffic now, Suarez slow on the track. Oh, as Honeycutt hits the wall slightly, Chandler to his outside. Honeycutt goes back down low, in the wall once again, the 31. The battle for the lead continues here at Bristol. Honeycutt looking for his first ever Xfinity Series win. Cameron Chandler looking to add yet another one. Rookie versus veteran for the lead in Bristol. There's Honeycutt in the 51. No sponsor on his machine as they catch lap car Andrew Stacy. Oh, that might be a bad spot for Chandler. Had to kind of drop high. And Honeycutt's going to be able to pull away maybe a car length or two. Right along with Cameron Chandler. He gets completely sideways, trying to get back to the gas. Let's see how much a mental toll it is here at Bristol to make these laps. Cameron Chandler, as we continue to ride along with him. Back here with Honeycutt as he continues to run laps. Don't look now, but Trenton Wilkin in the 11, just staying solidly in 3rd, looking to keep his mind in it. He's starting to reel in the 2 leaders, especially Cameron Chandler. Carter, I believe, might have had an issue or something. Fell off the pace. Now looks like he's okay now. Somebody fell off. We look here now, Carter and Connor Aswell starting the battle. Ryan Honeycutt beginning to pull away from Cameron Chandler, and here comes Wilkin. He has caught the 8. Wilkin, one of the fastest cars on the track, maybe the fastest car on the track, and could be the one to beat as this race continues to wind down. Chandler a bit of a slide. He's definitely starting to struggle. Wilkin looking inside. Wilkin doesn't want to be held up too much by the 8 machine as now Honeycutt makes his way around Stacy again, who's way off the pace, currently 2 laps down. Oh, and they're going to catch Stacy at a very bad spot. Chandler and Wilkin at the same time. Wilkin needs to go now. He wants to try to chase down Ryan Honeycutt for the lead. He's definitely getting held up by the 8 car, but he may be slightly faster than the 51 once he has clean air. What will Wilkin be willing to do? He's there on the bumper of the 8. He's looking inside. He's sending it down in there. Side by side for second place. Not able to clear him. So they head down the front straightaway, or I'm sorry, the back straightaway yet again. Look at this heavy, heavy lap traffic Honeycutt is coming up to. That could be a pick. Here with 36 to go. Chandler once again clears them, but now lap traffic for Honeycutt. He's going to have to try to make his way around it. Gets around Rojan Koch. He's got Tyler Stevenson ahead of him. They're side by side between Chandler and Wilkin. Stevenson sits in front of the 51. Oh, contact! And Stevenson going to go around and they're crashing here in the front straightaway. Caution going to come out. Your leader's involved, and there. Oh, Wilkin gets a piece of it as well. Multiple cars involved. The caution. Oh, what is Matthew White doing? And he flips. That was one of the worst moments I've ever seen under yellow. What was that? So I'm not really sure what the 14 was thinking there. Completely just overdrives into the door of the 77, and then Tyler Stevenson spins, and then Ryan Honeycutt completely runs over the 77. Wilkin got a piece of it. I believe Chandler might have taken the lead as Rojan Koch gets there. Let's run along with the 14 of Stevenson. See what he was doing on the inside. He gets there. Yeah, just didn't let off. He completely slid up the track, and then there they go behind him. He just goes hard to the wall. And then watch this moment by Suarez and Matthew White. This is the thing I was most confused about. Here's Suarez. He slows up for the incident. That's not even the incident. He's just very slow. So they wreck ahead of him. Caution comes out. He slows down. Oh, no, just avoids Connor Asbell. Thought he's in the clear. He completely stopped. And then Matthew White, I'm not really sure if he had brakes there or what, but he completely just flips him over. So leaders are pitting, but Honeycutt and Chandler, I believe, may have stayed out. Sorry, they were probably pitted, though, when we were on the replay. There's Wilkin. He got a bit of damage. Now you can see that 11 is damaged. So 31 laps to go. The caution comes out for the 4th time tonight. Still multiple cars on pit road. All right, 1 to go till we restart. We'll be back underway with 29 laps to go. It's going to be Honeycutt and Chandler on the front row.
Yeah, Honeycutt has been really fast throughout this race. He has been up front the whole race basically. So let's see what he can do now, as Kamita is gonna challenge him.
Back underway, 29 to go in Bristol. Honeycutt gets a great jump. Chandler's going to be his second. Chandler had very good short run pace. Oh, as Honeycutt's in the wall, and they're crashing down the front straightaway. They pile up. Big wreck. Lindsay's involved. Connor's involved. Pfeiffer crashes. And the caution's out for the 5th time. Honeycutt goes around.
And we just went from few people to no drivers whatsoever in the race. We have had a chaotic race so far. Let's see here, the 51 hits the wall there. And yeah, there is just chaos from then on.
And they pile it up here, multiple cars involved. Let's ride along with the 99 of pace and Lindsay. See what he saw. Oh yeah, Honeycutt just hits the wall and then Lindsay nowhere to go. He gets absolutely destroyed as they pile up. Big wreck. Multiple drivers involved. So yellow's out. Wilkin got another piece of it. He's pretty torn up. But still these other ones on pit road. Carter there as well. Let's look and see where Honeycutt is. Honeycutt. Unfortunately, Honeycutt is retired from the race.
So does the whole field. Basically, we have 6 cars, or 5 cars, I should say, on the lead lap. And one of them has no hood whatsoever. He has his engine exposed. So, yeah, there is no car whatsoever in this field that has not been wounded.
Yeah, this race has been a bit too chaotic at times, but it's Bristol, so this always happens, no matter what, I feel like. All right. So once we get back underway, this race, if we don't have another caution, would be over pretty shortly. Only 25 to go now.
Also, it should be approximately 5 minutes until the race ends if this race goes green all the way.
Yeah, usually 25 to go. It's like, all right, this is now it's go time, but go time was a long time ago at this point. That's how fast things move here at Bristol. All right, let's try this again. Be back underway to probably maybe finish this one out. So Honeycutt, unfortunately, after such a great night, is on pit road and might be out of the race. Pace car back down pit road. Chandler and Asbell on the front row, back to green.
What a great jump there by Cameron Chandler, as Connor Asbell is going to try to challenge him. He was kind of saving at the beginning of the race, but now he's going to go flat out for this win.
Yeah, of course, he was involved in an early spin and went a lap down or so. And was able to have a... Oh, it's down! Wilkin hits the wall. Is pretty much destroyed his 11 car. He somehow saved it. Stay green. Man, this race is one of the most chaotic races all season. Usually don't see this out of the Xfinity series. Chandler on the wall slightly. 22 to go.
Yep, and also what caught my attention throughout the race, throughout the little time I was able to race, was that the car was just so loose in the cold tires and everything. That's what's causing these major wrecks, is the lack of car control, and also the lack, as we see there with Connor Asbell.
Asbell hits the wall. Get it back going again, we'll stay green.
Yep, I just jinxed him. But yeah, that is a major cause of this wreck, as Cameron Chandler now has to cruise to get to victory lane.
Only 19 to go. I mean, we saw this exact same thing last season as well in this race.
What if we look at Jacob Carter in the 66 car? He literally has no hood and he's in second place. What a performance there by him. What a survival skill he has showed throughout this race.
I mean, yeah, it's basically just a race of surviving at this point. Oh, Wilkin blows up. And we'll see if he will reset. We'll stay green, of course.
Yep, and that's something to admire because some drivers wait until they get the yellow, but he's went to the pit and decided to keep this race green.
16 to go, just trying to finish this one out here tonight. The most chaotic races we've seen in a while. I mean, honestly, all things considered, we've only had like 5 cautions here tonight. One of them was the halfway break. We've had 2 or 3 really big wrecks that have taken most of the cars out. That's what's really done it. Other than that, it's been pretty decent. For some reason, no matter what, when we go to Bristol in anything, we always have this kind of outcome. Hopefully we can have that a little bit different tomorrow night for the Cup Series.
Yeah, depends mostly on also the kind of field. For example, in this field there has been a lot of chaos, as can be said as typical in Bristol. But yeah, it's just why it is called the last great collision.
12 to go. As Chandler, of course, continues to lead, just trying to bring it home. Doesn't want anything to happen tonight. Definitely, I would say, got pretty lucky not to be involved in anything here tonight. Yet, at least. Because Honeycutt made that big mistake and cost himself out a win. Same thing with Trenton Wilkin. Somehow, he's the only really contender for the lead, or the real main contender for the win that hasn't been pretty much taken out of this one here tonight with 9 to go. Here's some battling back here. I don't think Cameron Chandler wants to see this in his front end with these 2 battling. Now they get back to single file, which is good for the 8.
Number Stacy has just been crawling all race long, really. He's been losing laps and laps and laps, and now he's just trying to bring the car to the start-finish line, as I'm trying to do too. Oh.
Officially, there's no way for this to change. The championship 4 will be Cameron Chandler, Connor Asbell, Cole Wilson, and Andrew Stacy in 2 weeks for the finale at Kansas. 5 to go. You're at Bristol, just trying to finish this one out. Everything's decided for the points. Just want to see the checkered flag for Cameron Chandler. He's got about a 7-second lead, doesn't have to push it. He's just trying to get around some of this lap traffic to bring it home.
And for the people that are just racing multiple laps down with no chance whatsoever, it's kind of relieving too, because you're just riding around. You're not trying to fight for any position or anything, so it is a really relaxing experience. The source is just me riding around right now, trying to finish this race 3 to go.
Chandler just trying to bring it home to the checkered flag. This race is only half distance, as from 2 to go of the Cup race tomorrow night, so this would only be halfway. Right now for the Cup Series tomorrow night. One of the shorter races as well, as Chandler will come to take the white flag. Cherry's on his bumper, so he's got an bird's eye view of the leader. 1 to go here at Bristol. For the 8 of Cameron Chandler, just trying to get one more victory. Was already locked into the final 4 entering tonight. Trying to get one more victory to help himself next 2 weeks in Kansas, where he'll race for a championship. Cameron Chandler wins Bristol.
What a dominant performance there by him in the last part of the race. He was able to survive all the Bristol madness, and he's in victory lane now.
Oh, big wreck. And that will do it for the Xfinity Series at Bristol Motor Speedway. Good showing here tonight.
Yep.
For Cameron Chandler. And he's already going to be on the front straightaway to do his burnouts. very relatively short race time-wise as well, like I said.
It just lasted for 40 minutes. This race really surprising there, the race distance. And yeah, as the whole TCMC group, which by the way has been crowned team champions despite of what happens at Kansas, celebrating now, and Carmen is doing a reverse Polish victory lap. It is his 7th win of the season.
And I'll be all set to try to win the Xfinity Series title next week. And of course, like I mentioned, Xfinity Series Championship for Chandler, Wilson, Asbel, and Stacy. So 3 big ones, Chandler, Wilson, and Asbel, with all multiple wins on the season. And then the driver with no wins in the air, Andrew Stacy, the underdog, going for it all.
And I'm not going to do the interview, so yeah, thanks for the stream, and yeah, see you all at Kansas.
All right, so we'll have some post-race interviews coming up next. Here tonight from the Kansas Speedway, or I'm sorry, getting ahead of myself. The Bristol Motor Speedway. All right. Oh, my God. All right, so that'll do it in Bristol. Okay. Post-race interviews coming up next from the Last Great Coliseum. And yeah, stay tuned for those. They are going to be up next here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Chaotic race here tonight, and we'll have some interviews. Cameron Chandler, very chaotic race. So how are you able to somehow avoid all the chaos when the other drivers that were battling up there with you got absolutely destroyed, to somehow pick up the victory here tonight to try to, well, you were already advanced, but to try to get more momentum, I should say, heading next, or in 2 weeks into Kansas.
Yeah, good speaking there, Ethan, by the way. But, yeah, honestly, it was pure luck. Honestly, everyone in here was racing like it was a Friday night demolition derby that we sometimes do over or for FNL and stuff. But yeah, really, not a single nowhere you could go you could feel safe. Even like the whole seconds ahead as the leader, no matter where you are, you had someone around you, so you never really felt safe. A lot of people spinning out and taking out other people, which it's unfortunate. It's a fun track, but really challenging, especially in the conditions we were. So it honestly, as much as I like this track, I hope we don't come back for how that race went. But if we do, hopefully we're farther in the night, so it's more grippy or something.
All right, so we're heading into an off week next week to try to prepare for the championship in Kansas in 2 weeks. So what do you guys think you're going to be able to do to try to win the championship at Kansas?
Whatever we normally do. We're first gonna go down tomorrow in the Cup Series, try to get one done on my birthday, and hopefully that gives us some extra momentum. And then we have a different league, the Saturday Night Thunder League, obviously on Saturday at the same track too. So tonight was some pretty good practice for that and something to expect, and we'll see what we can do for Kansas.
All right, well, nice job here on the run here tonight. And the victory at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll see you in the Cup race tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
Coming up next here is going to be Connor Asbel. Connor Asbel, you guys were, of course, already locked into the Final Four after your win last week at Talladega. So you were battling up for the lead with Cameron Chandler there at the end of the race, but what happened to get you guys spun around?
I hit the same bump I hit on like lap number 10, and this time I actually hit the wall. So I don't know. I'm happy. 2-week break, kind of get my mindset straight going into the championship. Shout out to Cameron. Happy birthday to him. It's his birthday tomorrow. So yeah.
All right. So of course, what are your expectations to try to win the title into what are they heading into Kansas?
Um, well, after Chicagoland, that kind of I had a lot of speed. I was faster than Cameron there, and I've won Vegas. Charlotte wasn't necessarily too good for me, but Kansas, that we're definitely gonna have some speed there, and you know, I just gotta get in the right mindset, praise God, and keep going.
All right. Well, nice job here on the run tonight, and we'll see you next week. Or I'm sorry, 2 weeks at Kansas Speedway for the championship.
Yep.
So up next is going to be Andrew Stacy. Andrew Stacy, it was definitely a tough run for you guys tonight, but with all the chaos, you'll still come home P5 and, of course, advance into the Final Four. So what are your reactions on advancing to the Final Four for the first time in your career?
Well, I mean, I'm obviously really excited. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to race in the championship and have an actual chance to get it done. It was a really tough race. I mean, we battled through it. Had to steer my car 90 degrees to the left to keep it straight, but we powered through. We got some decent lucky dogs. We tried to stay out of the wrecks, and I think us as a Clear High Racing team and also GRM's Xfinity team, I think we did really, really well today with
All right.
all the wreck avoidance.
So what are your expectations heading into Kansas as the only driver with no wins and then the biggest underdog most likely to try to win the title?
Well, I believe I will win it. I'm not gonna say that I won't. I feel like I can. I have my team, but I have my team's on my back. They're ready. I think I'm ready. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks, and I feel like I can have a good fight and have a good shot to win this entire thing.
All right, so nice job here on the run tonight, and nice job, of course, advancing to the Final Four, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the championship race from Kansas.
Thank.
So Bates and Lindsay, I believe you guys come home with the DNF. So what happened there in that big wreck to get you guys taken out of this race?
Yeah, I think it was the 51. He just got in the wall on the backstretch, and I thought he just like tapped it and was gonna lose a little of the speed, so I was gonna stay behind him, and then he just comes to almost a complete stop. I don't know what happened there, and we just ramped off the back of his car and got ran over from behind with other people with nowhere to go. I think if we didn't get in that wreck, we probably would have had a chance at the win there. I think we were slightly faster than Cameron on the long run, so if we just would have avoided that little wreck there that happened on the backstretch, we probably would have had a chance at the win.
All right, so we're heading next week, or I'm sorry, I should say tomorrow night into Bristol. So it's the Cup Series, you guys. I'm going to check real quick. Entering the Cup Series tomorrow night, you guys enter -19 to Dylan Banks. So what do you guys think your expectations are to try to advance the Final Four to tomorrow night?
I'd consider it a must-win at this point. I mean, -19, that's basically a win unless Dylan Banks just doesn't show up. He has to wreck before the stage break for us to even have a chance at not winning to get the win. So, I mean, we're just going for a win at all costs. I will do literally anything to get the win at Bristol. Not saying that I'll do anything stupid, but I may. Done a ton of practice already for this race, and we've been pretty quick on the long runs. So hopefully, if we can just get those really long runs, we can try and accommodate for those.
All right, well, nice job on the run here tonight. Sorry, ended in a crash, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series.
Yeah, thank you.
And that will do it tonight. So we hope you enjoyed the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Championship Cutoff in Bristol. So the championship four is set. Chandler, Asbel, Wilson, and the underdog, Stacy, all going to battle for the championship at Kansas in 14 days' time. We'll see you then, and then we'll see you, of course, tomorrow night for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Bristol Championship Cutoff Race at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the main event of the week. We'll see you then. Good night from Bristol Motor Speedway.